Hey everybody, I'm Connor, that's Doug, and this is the Bethel School District Presents podcast, the only educational podcast that guarantees you 15 minutes of awesomeness or your money back on the next one. And we have a fantastic show for you this week. We're heading over to Elk Plain School of Choice to speak with that school's principal and two of her amazing students. But before that, Doug, as always, the people demand our useless trivia. I'm going to kick it over to you to start us off.
And I'm excited to share useless trivia with our lovely listeners each and every week. Connor, did you know Hotlanta, Atlanta International Airport, is no longer the nation's busiest airport? It has been dethroned as of 2026.
Well, one, I didn't know it was the busiest, so this is trivia upon trivia.
It is, and let's go trivia upon trivia upon trivia.
Trivia squared.
Is happening. Not only did it used to be the most busiest airport in the U.S., it used to be the most busiest airport in the entire world. Atlanta used to top the charts with 108.1 million folks running through it. Second was Dubai, but that is no longer the case. O'Hare in Chicago is now the busiest airport in the United States.
I believe that, Doug. I've actually been in O'Hare, and it is very bustling, so that makes sense. Good useless trivia.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, 857,000 planes, can't be wrong. That's how many took off from O'Hare just last year, and all my sources are CBS News this week. And Connor, now it's time for your useless trivia.
Well, I'm keeping my trivia in the friendly skies as well. And did you know, Douglas, that the average cloud weighs more than 1 million pounds?
This is 2 weeks in a row you've come up with trivia that sounds so fake. Well, I challenge you on it.
It is not fake. It's actually true. The cloud floats because the mass is spread out over a huge volume and the surrounding air is dense enough to support it via buoyancy and updrafts. And ye of little faith, this comes from the U.S. Geological Survey Water Science School.
I'm still feeling a certain way about this. I'm going to have to get Bill Nye on the phone, and I will get back to you on that, whether I believe you or not. But Connor, we have a really fun show this week. A couple of students and an amazing principal joining us. Tell us all about it.
Well, we are on site for a very special interview at Elk Plain School of Choice. It's an amazing school. It's a very unique school in our district, and we are joined by Principal Ashley Swindoll. Ashley, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm super excited about the opportunity to tell you guys a little bit more about our school and what we do here because, as you said, we are so unique. And I thought, what a better way to introduce the community to what we do than to have the K-8 experience alongside of me. So I actually brought with me two of my favorite students. I have our kindergarten, Naria Kagua, and I have her older brother who's in 8th grade, Levi Kagua.
Well, we love that. Thank you both for joining us, and we'll get to you real shortly. But first, Ashley, we were very curious about the distinction. You have kind of two unique distinctions at this school. One is that you're the only K-8 school in our district. You're also the only school of arts and sciences. So let's start out with you explaining how that makes for a different experience for your students here.
Yeah, it's a different experience for our students, for our teachers, for our families. What makes it really special is we have the opportunity to have these students here with us for 9 years. So going kindergarten through 8th grade, we really know our students. And there's just something so special about, by the time you're in 8th grade, when you come in the morning, you're walking by your kindergarten teachers, your first grade teachers. So it's just a super special community to be a part of.
Absolutely. And Levi, you're in 8th grade, but you haven't been here since kindergarten. You've been here since 6th grade, but you can speak to the middle school aspect of it. Tell the audience what Elk Plain School of Choice is like for a 6th grader, 7th grader, 8th grader. What do you enjoy about it?
Honestly, the middle school experience is really, really interesting because I thought it would be like any other middle school, but no, it's actually really special. And I feel like it's impacted my life very much, especially as a 6th grader. There's already people welcoming me. I really enjoyed it.
Well, that's middle school, and let's talk about the elementary school experience for you, Naria. What has kindergarten been like for you?
It has been so good. I have been respecting my teacher, and I've been being nice to my friends. I've been being kind to my friends, and I've been talking about them at home.
Wow, that is fantastic. Who is your teacher and how are they doing? Are they a good teacher?
Yeah, her name is Miss McCarty.
I bet she's the best teacher you've had so far. Fantastic. And Ashley, back over to you. That's a little bit about the K-8 experience. Let's talk about the arts and science component here, and then we'll hear from our students again.
Yeah, so everything that we do, we try and infuse creativity, hands-on learning, and we just really value not only strong academics, but infusing anything that we can with the arts, because we know that when we do that, students learn more and they retain more. It also helps build different life skills, so we feel confident that we're not only supporting our students here today in the moment with access to those different specialists and activities, but also preparing them for the world and just the bouquet of experiences that they're going to have when they leave Elk Plain.
And are there any arts or sciences experiences or classes or clubs that are available here that maybe aren't available at other middle school or elementary schools in the district?
Yes, I'm so glad you asked, because I love to highlight that part about Elk Plain. Not only do we have unique specialists, but we actually have longer specialist periods. So whereas other students might experience a smaller variety for maybe 45 minutes or so, here at Elk Plain we carve out that time so they're there for an hour a day. And they rotate through some unique ones. Of course, we have art, science, and music, but we also have theater. We're the only elementary school that puts on a theater specialist built into the day, and that comes with a lot of skill sets, right? So we're talking public speaking and leadership opportunities to be up there on the stage and shine, and our students learn that from a young age. And then we also have dance. So one downfall about Elk Plain is we don't have PE. And so people say, well, what do? You got to get those kids moving, right? And we know that we need to be moving our bodies here. But what replaces PE for us is a really unique dance lineup. So we have Miss Murray here, who has so much experience in the dance world, and we're just so lucky to have her teaching our students all the way K through 8. She's got a program where she's got students out there moving their bodies and hitting a lot of those PE criteria, those essential standards that you would hit in PE, but we do it in a more creative way through dance.
That is super cool. Nariah, let's come back to you. From everything Ms. Swindoll just said, what parts of that do you really enjoy here at Elk Plain? Is it dance? Is it art? Tell me about that.
Like, I like theater and music and dance and science and the arts and the library.
So you like it all. That's fantastic. Levi, what about you? Are any of these aspects, do they jump out at you? Have you taken part? Have you been in a play, or do you enjoy the dance? What have you really enjoyed here?
So far, it's going really, really good. The teachers are super friendly, and they really help you on whatever you need help with. And also, theater or things such as theater tech, you get to build things, and I know, honestly, it's going to help me in my future, because before that class, I didn't know how to use things such as drills or nails, but now I've grown and improved in that aspect.
It's really cool, and I've seen some plays here, and they are very professional, and I know that your teachers hold you all to a very high standard. Is that something you could see yourself pursuing in the future, whether that's performing or doing something like building sets?
Honestly, yeah, I can probably see myself doing something like that, because really it brings me joy to be able to see other people enjoy my own creations. So, yeah.
Very cool.
Absolutely well said. Nariah, a question for you. What is it like going to the same school that your brother goes to?
It'll be fun if I'll see my brother, and it'll be fun, and I will see my new teachers.
That's awesome. And do you get to see your brother during the day?
Yeah.
Very fun. Ashley, what is it like leading a school where you have such a wide range of kids at all these different ages?
Oh, it's just, I love it more than I ever thought that I would. I'm coming from a background of mostly middle school, upperclassmen, and stepping into the elementary world, I was a little intimidated, but just this community in itself, how welcoming they are, and it's truly a privilege. The fact that I have the attitude that I get to come here and be the leader of this building every day, and I get to work with these amazing teachers is pretty special.
Yeah, for sure. It's a really cool opportunity. Let's kick it back to our students here. Levi, you're a lot closer to being a grown-up, so you maybe have a better idea. And we talked about this a little bit, about you might have some ideas about what you want to do. What are some other things that you could see yourself pursuing in the future as a career?
In the future, I could really see myself as a lawyer. And actually, with a lawyer, you have to be able to speak and also be respectful at the same time, no matter what happened. And I've got to say, Mr. Clockston's debate class really helped me because that class wasn't only about debate, but it was also about speaking up. And before that class, I was really shy and I couldn't speak all too well in front of people. But now I find myself currently being able to be proud and like while I'm speaking. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, well done on your part and on your teacher's part, because you sound amazing. And what about you? You got your little sister here. What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be a nurse so I can help patients.
That's so cool.
Yes, I love that. You know, my mom is a nurse, and she really loved that job for a long time. Ashley, do you guys have some kind of medical hands-on stuff going on here at Elk Plain as well?
We do, actually. We've got some pretty awesome CTE classes. By the time you're in middle school, you're able to take things like energy in the environment, or medical detectives is always a great one. Science exploration is always a full class as well.
I love that. Man, that's fantastic. All right, it sounds like you have some great classes ahead of you coming up. Get you all ready to be a nurse.
Yeah.
So, Ashley, Doug and I have both had kids come through Elk Plain, so we know the process of getting a student in here, but there are some misconceptions about what it takes to get your kid enrolled at Elk Plain. Some funny ones, too, actually. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, since being here and even a little bit before, I've heard some crazy myths, you know, about what it takes to get into Elk Plain. And so I'm happy to talk about it and first just say that any kid can be an Elk Plain kid. We do have, you know, a wait list to get in, but other than that, we do not turn students away. So if what we do here is interesting to your student, I'd encourage you to get them signed up. Some of the funny myths that I've heard before, that you have to have, you know, a ton of musical experience, that you have to already know how to read music or play an instrument, that, or, you know, that you have to be a dance prodigy, or I've even heard someone say before that you need to know a second language to get in here. So if I could tell the community one thing, it would just be that any kid can be an Elk Plain kid, and what we do here is pretty special, and we make it available to everybody.
I love that, and I love that we have opportunities like Elk Plain throughout the district. We have our dual language Spanish immersion program. That's at Thompson Elementary, Spanaway Middle, and now Spanaway Lake High School. We have our Cambridge program over at Bethel High School, and Bethel is the home district of the Pierce County Skills Center. So along with the amazing things happening in our schools, there are a number of different opportunities that students can explore with their families and see if it's right for them. That's really cool, and I'm glad that you brought that up. I'm going to give both of you the last word of the show here. Levi, let's start with you. Any last thing you want people to know about Elk Plain?
Hopefully, if I still live in Washington, in Puyallup, or even Spanaway, when I'm older, I will most definitely bring my kids here because this is such an amazing school.
I'd love hearing that. That's fantastic. Nariah, how about you? Any last thoughts on Elk Plain?
So like on Elk Plain, I also like to be kind to my friends.
Connor, you could learn a lot from Nariah here. I hope you've been listening. Thank you all for joining us today. This has been a lot of fun. Well, Ashley, our show is over. However, you have a pretty amazing story about when you first met Nariah, who was a fantastic pick for the podcast, by the way. Tell us that story.
Yeah, so she is just a naturally confident student. And, you know, if I'm ever having a rough day, you stop by kindergarten and just enjoy the time and space with them, because they're just so positive, right? And their worldview on everything is just still so innocent and amazing. So the first time I met Nariah, she calls me over and she says, "Hey, who are you?" And I said, "Hi." And I said, "Well, I'm the principal." And she says, "You're the principal? Are you proud of yourself?" And I said, "You know, I think so." I said, "I'm pretty proud to be the principal here, yes." And she says, "Well, you should be proud because you're a principal. My mom's proud of me, and I bet she'd be proud of you too." And
That's so awesome.
Yeah, just that confidence and that smile. So I can't help but smile when I see her around the halls.
I love that. Listeners, hope that put a smile on your face, and we'll be back again next week.